Hey guys, Adam from Equipped to Endure. So sticking with our little best of series here, I thought I'd start some dialogue on some multi-tools. Multi-tool is something I really try to keep on me at all times. Either it's in a bag or in a pocket or in a belt. And you guys know I've got several models that I use. I'm going to stick on this video kind of with the three main companies that make really great multi-tools. Not to say that there's not some other ones that do make some good multi-tools, but I just kind of want to stick with these three companies, the ones that have the experience with the most. So I'm going to start out with the oldest multi-tool that I have right now, and that's a Leatherman Charge. Now this one I got between 8 or 9 years ago. I've had it for a while. Now this is the one with the 154 cm knife. I don't think they make this one anymore. And those guys out there who are multi-tool junkies, let me know. And I think this is the TTI. Actually, let me see if I still have the box. Just because I'm a pack rat with some stuff. Whew, I don't know if you guys pick up that Charge Ti. So this is a older one, titanium. So this was back in 2004. So yeah, about 8 years I've had this knife, or this multi-tool. Let's see what else is in here. Cool little lanyard buckle. So this right here I've had for a while. Like I said, this used to actually be on my my patrol belt for work. And I've used this thing for using the pliers to get something out of something. One of my officers ran over something and broke a plastic part, come off out of a vehicle, so I had to go in there and screw it back in and stuff like that. To changing stuff out on weapon systems and everything. I'm using this all the time. This used to be on my belt, and I like this. I had this tool for a very long time. One of my constructive criticisms about this tool, when I first bought this thing, I want to say it was around 140 bucks. I mean, it was super expensive at the time. But I was in the mindset of, hey, I got overtime that I'm getting paid and all this other stuff, working supervisor, so I couldn't spend enough money. And I always only wanted the best tools for my gear. So I bought this one right here, and Leatherman's got a great history and a great quality. One thing though that I hate about this tool is that for a pair of pliers it really stinks. And what I mean by that is this area right here. If you're ever trying to use the pliers and you have your thumb there, or your thumb slips, I've gotten so many nasty blood blisters right there. I don't even like to admit it. I mean, just the way you hold the pliers, if you slip this way, and this is what happens, is you're grabbing something and you slip and you pinch your hand right there, and I mean, it's just a flaw of this design. It stinks, and I've done it so many times. I'm not saying like once or twice. I'm talking about like 15 times. So it'd be nothing for me to have a big black spot right there from a blood blister from this tool. So with that said, this is the most expensive multi-tool that I have. Now, other aspects of it, and we'll go over that. I mean, your ability to withdraw your knife and everything from there is nice. And 154 cm knife, it's very sharp. Came out of the box that way, and I've been very happy with this tool in regards to its other functions. It's got a file on there. On one side is a file, and on the other side, I think this is a kind of a diamond type section you can use to sharpen other tools, which I have. You have a serrated blade if you want to cut some seatbelts off. And you have a decent saw, and I've actually used this before. There's some tree grit in there a little bit. So, not a bad tool. When we go to the inside, it doesn't have as many tools as some other ones, but we have a single flathead screwdriver. This was like one of those mini drivers in here, and actually I broke it using it to pick locks when people lost keys to desks or something like that. It had like a mini driver. One was a Phillips, one was a flathead. You just pulled it and put it back in, but I snapped it using it for another purpose. And then a pretty good pair of scissors. Can't complain about those. Flip the other side, and we just have two tools over here. We have one of the most versatile. This set comes with all these different kind of bits in the set, and actually all the bits are in my bag. I've showed you guys this before. This can be switched out. You can do a lot with it, so that's pretty cool. And then we have a can opener slash bottle opener slash wire cutter thingy right here, if you want to use that right there. So pretty neat. The pliers, of course, we have their needle nose pliers. We have another wire cutter right there, or wire stripper I should say, if you want to use that, or to crimp wires. Also, we have some good amount of teeth in there for use as a wrench or whatever, if you want to. So not a bad tool. Also right here, these are your locking releases for your tools. Of course, there's liner locks for all these sections right here. and that's pretty neat. And another cool thing is your ability to put a lanyard or a pocket clip right there with holding that tool. So I did like that because I used this in my pocket for a number of years. So I like this tool. I stopped wearing it around my belt more than anything else. Actually, I took all the extra weight off my gun belt because of my back. But you know, I kept this in my bag, so if I ever needed to get it or anything, but this kind of stayed with me for work. So not a bad tool. So, but then I wanted another tool for another pack. I didn't want to buy another one of those, so I went and bought myself a Gerber Diesel, and I've been very happy with this set. I use this all the time. One thing that I like about this is a better wrench and needle nose pliers because you don't pinch your hand because there's such a good amount of space right there. So that problem is solved. I like the fact that you can, take the tool out like this. This is pretty neat. It has pretty much all the same features in reference to the pliers as the other set has. The one thing it does have is a couple more tool options inside, but you have to get them on the inside, which kind of stinks. So you have this wild reverse Tonto type serrated knife. It's not bad. Not a huge fan of it. And also you got to kind of pull everything out. So it just kind of stinks the way you got to pull these things out. You got a screwdriver, 2 screwdrivers. You got some kind of smaller type screwdriver or punch or whatever you want to do with that. You got your file, 2 different grits. There's a lock right there that you just pull down to tuck these back in there. Over here you have your saw. As you guys can see, I've used this quite often out in the field. I need a little saw. One time I forgot the saws when I went out with Robbie. He was mad because they're his saws, but you know what? He should have checked his own pack. I'm going to need a comment from him. We got our little bottle opener. Or this actually would be a can opener. This one's a bottle opener with another kind of screw bit head. We have our lanyard hole if you want to lock this up here and have your lanyard for that. You can. And then of course we have a decent pair of scissors. So it's pretty good to go. Tuck that back in there. Now, unlike the $120 to $40 price tag my Leatherman Ti had, this one was probably about 80 bucks, maybe 90 when I first got it. I can't remember. And there's a stainless version if you guys don't like the black. But this, like I said before, the Gerber Diesel. So significantly less expensive. Of course, this isn't as solid as construction. This is stamped. But I know I really like this. I mean, these are plastic, these unlocking features. This is all stainless steel. And so like this a lot better than my Leatherman, just functionality. And the one drawback is I'm not able to get the tools from the outside. So I do like that part about the Leatherman. I can sit here, take a tool out that way, and use it kind of comfortably. With this, you gotta take this out this way, and then you got a little bit more hand space. When a tool's out, you can't pull this in here when you're trying to use a tool, and that just I wish I could slide this back in, but you can't. All right, not when the tool is out. So there you have that. Not bad. So then I had the Diesel. The Diesel went into basically my training kit with my Sabercat bag. I always had that in there. This would go in my duty belt or my EDC bag. But I wanted something that I could use all the time that would be actually on my belt. And so I went ahead and got the Victorinox Swisstool Spirit. And I have to say, this one right now, I'm still doing some testing with it, but I wish that I went to this earlier and saved a little bit of money because every aspect of this tool I really like. First of all, it's kind of the best of both worlds. We're able to get to all of our tools from the closed position, if I can get them out right now. So here's our scissors. Our scissors are actually already working. We don't have to worry about them unfolding or anything like that. Very nice design. There's a locking mechanism right here to unlock it. We'll go to our screwdriver. Just got a little bit of length to it. Also have a smaller flathead. Probably use that as an awl as well. And there's all these other little extra features in here. This is a screwdriver right here, a can opener. You can also use this as a bottle opener. We do have a file. This file's got some grit to it as well. So that's one side. We'll lock that. Go to the other side, and we have a very good saw. Very good saw. And here we have a leather punch. This is pretty cool. Here's a bottle opener. This is another screwdriver. I forget what this little doodad does. Sometimes they're pretty sneaky with stuff. Like this one right here. This is pretty cool. This is a chisel. Right here, this is a chiseled edge. This has a recurve, and this is a wire stripper right here. So that's a pretty neat little extra tool. And then we'll go to the blade. The blade, I have to say, out of all the tools, this is probably my least favorite. It's got a sweep to it. It's not a straight. I don't know if that's just the angle of it. It didn't come very sharp. It's not bad. It's just not as meaty as some of the other knife blades on there. You know, so that's, you know, you're going to get more of a tool and less than a knife out of this. But, you know, I've always had my pocket knife too. This is probably just something. But I do have to say that this handle does not feel bad in regards to, you know, holding it for a knife. You know, you can get up on there and choke up on there and use that knife pretty effectively. So I do like that aspect of it. All right, so let's go to the tool. And, you know, this is kind of, it's not as needled nose. You do have some same features in there. It does work pretty well. It's got a good amount of spring into it when you grab it and everything, so you can kind of hold on there and bear down. It works great. And I don't have to worry about pinching my hand. And here's the best part, 80 bucks. So yeah, it's still a price for a multi-tool, but you can't really beat it. It's kind of shiny and pretty. Comes in a nice little leather pouch, so it can match some other leather stuff. But it's good stuff, man. Really like it, guys. So I'm gonna start wearing this around my belt for a while and see how this one does. But so far, I'm liking this a lot better. I'm kind of like, you know, going through my stages. So, you know, not to say that these are a waste. I mean, they'll go to other dedicated kits. You know, this one will stay in my EDC bag. This will stay in my training kit. I mean, you know, how would I pull off my cup of coffee off the fire if I didn't have these pliers? You know, you gotta have those pliers in there. So, but you know, this one right here, even though I spent the most money on it, and not to say anything bad with Leatherman, you guys might love this one. Like I said, I've had this one for years. This isn't just something I purchased the other day. I don't even think they make just the TI anymore. And if they do, you guys let me know. None of the lights getting in there right now, but so this one's pretty old. Not that it's bad, just, you know, the pliers just kind of stink. You know, and if I didn't want the pliers on it, I'd just get a Swisstool, so, or a, you know, Swiss Army knife. But all in all, good stuff. I'm liking this, and let me know what you guys think if you have any experiences, good or bad, with any of these kits. So right now, I'm really liking the Victorinox, and you'll hear more about this one. You'll probably see this in more kits, but this is definitely going to be part of my EDC. I'm not really a pouch belt guy, but I'm going to head and give this one a try and see how it goes. And I don't think it's that flashy or anything like that, and so it'll work pretty well for me. But hey guys, I just want to share that with you. I want to hear what you have to say. Your favorite Swisstool or Leatherman or Gerber or SOG makes some other good tools as well. And I'm going to leave this open so you guys can you know, respond to this with your videos in regards to the best multi-tool for you. So hey guys, Adam on the Quick Door. If you guys have any questions or comments, email me. And you just go to the website and contact us. There's a question bar on the website. That's the best way to get in touch with us now because we get so much email. It's kind of it's a good problem to have, I guess. You guys take care, be safe. Remember, if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared. Thanks.